Well, Merry Christmas from Downtown El Dorado. Cindy Langston here with Jared Floyd, and once again bringing you the El Dorado Christmas Parade, Arkansas's largest Christmas parade. There are about 175 entries this year. It all kicked off around 7 o'clock way down Northwest Avenue by 19th Street. It is making its way to us as we speak, and we wanted to come on a little bit early and kind of welcome the crowd.
Yeah, and so for folks that don't know where we're situated, we're kind of at the corner of Cleveland and Main Street, so we could see the KTVE tree in the distance, and we're kind of in the perfect spot, if you will, as the parade gets rolling here in the next, I'd say 30 to 45 minutes toward our area.
Absolutely. You know, I'm so excited. We have recently, of course, moved back to our original home under the big KTVE community Christmas tree. It's where I grew up at this TV station right out of college, and we were gone for a while, moved a couple of different locations, but came back earlier this year, and so excited to be home. So we wanted to move our location for the Christmas parade to be a little bit closer to home as well.
Yep, and you can see the vantage point that we have. Actually, this is, well, you can see us there in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen.
Hello.
But, yeah, hello. Yeah, like I said, as the parade gets rolling here in the next half hour, 45 minutes or so, one of the largest in terms of float count and just entry count. This is going to be a long parade, and the turnout has been great so far.
Absolutely. A little bit windy. The weather could not be more Christmassy.
Let's just put it that way.
Sure.
Yeah, it is. It is quite chilly. I think last check we were sitting right at about 40 degrees. It is quite breezy, and like I said, it'll get you in the Christmas spirit.
Absolutely.
And like I said, we don't rain or shine. We don't care. We're here to
we've
bring in the
done,
holiday
we've
spirit.
done this parade together in short sleeves and sweated through it before, and it's really hard to get in the holiday spirit when sweat is dripping down your back.
Yeah, it's not fun when I have to cancel a tea time to come out here because the golf conditions are so great. But in all seriousness, it's one of those parades, and I say it this way in the most eloquently way possible.
Except for that part.
Except for that part. Take 2 and 3, 2. No, in all seriousness, it's one of those things that it's a parade that you can't do it with half your hind parts. You got to full bore into it, and the effort that is put into making this a real community spectacle and event is really what makes it so fun every year.
Absolutely. El Dorado, the quintessential Hallmark Christmas community in my mind. You know, from the lights to the art center to all the events with Santa Claus, the horse carriage drawn downtown, the train rides. There's all kinds of things happening this holiday season in El Dorado. One of the favorite activities to do in El Dorado during the holiday season is to go to the South Arkansas Art Center to see the Christmas play. And this year it happens to be a Christmas carol, and we actually have some special guests for you right now. Come on, Mr. Scrooge. Now listen, Mr. Scrooge, from what I understand, the play opened earlier this week, absolutely, and he is a reformed man, no longer the Grinch, but now happy Mr. Scrooge. You've been visited by all the ghosts at this point.
I have seen all the ghosts, and they are they will let you know what's going on. Yes, very much so.
I know that, Mr. Henderson, this is your first time on a play, on a stage, and you have embodied the role. You've done a great job. Tell me how it feels to become part of this community at the Art Center.
Well, I tell you, it has been, there's a lot more work and a lot more time involved in it, but I have absolutely loved it. You know, working with Rhett and everybody out there, you meet new people. And it's been a great experience. You know, I'll do it again someday.
I'm glad to hear that. Rhett, I know this is not at all your first time as a director or an actor. Talk to us about the process directing this play and putting your spin on it.
Yeah, absolutely. So Christmas Carol is a great show in that you can kind of take it and mold it into, you know, different things, because it's been done many a times before. It's an old story. It's a great story by Charles Dickens, and this version actually has Charles Dickens narrating the story, and we've taken it and put a little horror twist on it to make it sort of Tim Burton-esque. So if you're familiar with Tim Burton, there's a lot of things in the show that will sort of get you in the feel of that as well.
Was that your idea or something that the group came up with? How did that process happen?
Yeah, so whenever we put in director applications for shows at the Art Center, whenever I put mine in, my spin was to do a Tim Burton-esque thing, because we have all these ghosts, and you know it is a Christmas story, but it's also a ghost story. So it's something that it's a story that's supposed to scare the life into Scrooge, and it's a great moral. So yeah.
So for people who, I can't imagine anyone out there that hasn't seen A Christmas Carol or a version of it at this point, right? What's your favorite one, Jared?
Well, I got to be honest. The Muppet Christmas Carol.
The that is a great. That's your favorite too, right? Okay. What about you? What's your favorite Christmas Carol version?
Muppets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the one? What's the one with from like the '90s when I was a kid?
George C. Scott.
What was it? Scrooge.
Right.
Yes,
Yeah,
Scrooge.
with
That's
Bill Murray.
that's
Yeah.
with Bill Murray. I couldn't
Yeah,
think of
yeah,
it. Yeah.
yeah.
The Bill Murray version is my childhood version for sure.
Yeah.
And FX also has like a short series that's a bit spookier and was a bit of what inspired me to
Inspired you.
do this. And yeah, it's a great version as well.
I love that. It's like the Nightmare Before Christmas.
Right.
meets
Yep,
a
yep,
Christmas
that's it.
Carol.
Which was a Tim Burton movie.
Which was a Tim Burton movie.
We come
But,
full circle.
we
That'll
are
be
so
next year.
smart.
Sorry.
Hey, listen, so I know there's not a lot of seats left. I know you have performances. You already had 2, is that right?
Right.
You have one tomorrow night, Friday, Saturday, and then Sunday, a matinee show.
Right.
Here's the thing. If you want tickets, you better call early in the morning. I tried to get tickets today for Friday night. Sold out. So it is, there's about how many left?
About 50 to 60 tickets spread between Saturday and Sunday. But, if you're going with a couple people, you want to get those together, you definitely want to scoop those up while you can.
Yeah,
So.
absolutely. You might not want to sit together, and that's a thing too. And it's okay. Holiday season and all. Everybody needs a break. Well, we are really appreciative that you guys took the time to come out here today and speak with us, and hope that you will enjoy the El Dorado Christmas Parade.
Well, thank you very much for having us. Appreciate
Is
it.
there anything you need to tell them?
Bah, humbug.
Well, he's not quite reformed, just
No,
kind of.
yeah, I'm the other guy.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you guys so much,
Yeah.
and go enjoy the parade.
Will do. Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas to you.
I was
Merry Christmas
I was
to you.
about to say, Cindy, he seems like he's in such a good
I
mood.
mean, he's in such a good
I was
mood.
like,
Who
I'm
knew?
not expecting that.
Who knew? Look, we are getting. I mean, what timing we
I'll
have.
tell you what, we're a little bit ahead of schedule, and
I
that's not
think we are.
necessarily a bad thing.
No.
As the parade has made its way our direction, and it looks like we have some elves perhaps that have made their way. By the way, if I look like I'm rubbing my hands sinisterly the entire day today, that is hand warmers. The hand warmers are coming in clutch. So, like I said, I'm not devising a sinister plan as I rub my hands here, just trying to stay a little warm. So we've got a nice little turnout here for our first presentation entry, if you will, into our parade. The Elf Squad, which has been the opening of the Christmas parade since 2018. It's under the supervision of a Chief Master Elf, direct from the North Pole. These elves here to spread their Christmas cheer. And there he is. He's reporting for duty, and that means that the 2024 El Dorado Christmas Parade has officially begun. Look at our elves. They're ready to go. They got clipboards and everything.
I love it. This L Squad is ready to go. They're made up of Union County Community Theater students, and they are taking their jobs very seriously.
It is a very serious job because, I mean, Santa gets all of the attention, but, there is a big supporting staff. The elves got out of line. Yeah, guys. But I'm serious.
Chief Master Elf is going to line them out.
He takes his job very seriously. So, like I said, the elves our Elf Squad is our official start to the El Dorado Christmas Parade as they they're doing the elf roll call.
I believe so.
And so as we get ready for the holiday season, I also want to say thanks so much to our sponsors that have made this possible today. And I'm going to be honest, Kohl's Jewelers, Glenn Mechanical, and Easy Auto, thank you so much for sponsoring today's El Dorado Christmas Parade and making it possible to bring it folks online and on air and all that good stuff. We're just listening along with our head elf here.
Yeah. I think we have a boom mic so people can hear them. I hope so, because when there's lots of this is a big parade.
Huge
We've
parade.
been having this parade continuously for at least 50 years.
Right.
And so this year there's lots of headliners, right?
Mm-hmm.
I know two that you were really hoping to talk to, but it just didn't work out time-wise.
Yeah.
And that is?
It's our Grand Marshals.
That's right. The voices of Linus and
Charlie Brown.
Charlie Brown, absolutely. Of course, the theme of this year's parade is a Charlie Brown Christmas. So that is, again, kind of keeping in theme. The voices of both those characters going to be leading our parade. You'll see them in just a few minutes. And you have an opportunity to meet them at Gabe's Cave tomorrow. So, yeah, if you didn't get enough in the parade and you want to actually hear them talk in person and that kind of thing, go by Gabe's Cave. They're a great sponsor of our community, and they brought these guys here.
If you do get a chance, ask them for me if Snoopy was very nice in person. because that's all I've wanted to know.
And about those dog treats.
Yeah,
You know,
I was gonna actually say good grief and try to say it as many times as I could during the parade, but I think that's just
I think
a
you
little
can still do
overplayed.
that. I'm okay with that.
So again, our elf squad has made its way through. I believe at last check, 180 some odd entries in today's parade. It's going to be a huge turnout. Our chief elf is getting ready to load into his Can-Am. His wheels a little bit more modernized than Santa, who
A little.
still runs on reindeer power.
Yeah, not fly power there. That's they can fly.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Oh,
but
absolutely.
In a different way.
Correct.
So, up next, we're going to have the banner carriers. It's a long tradition of students from the Boys and Girls Club. They carry the El Dorado Christmas banner. But before that, I believe we're going to have the ROTC.
Yes, and so the ROTC carrying the flags in formation. Obviously, the mission of the Junior ROTC program to motivate young people to be better citizens and to accomplish this mission. The program of instruction discusses subjects such as citizenship, techniques of communication, leadership, and other courses designed to help cadets succeed in high school and after graduation. So again, we welcome the JROTC as they look quite warm.
Well, marching, this is a 2-mile-long parade.
Yes.
So they're going to get their steps in today, and we are thankful to have them. Again, the ROTC under the direction of Master Sergeant Neville Matthews. Thank you guys for all you do. And then the banner carriers that we mentioned.
Yep. There they are.
Great kids from the Boys and Girls Club doing a little gritty. Nothing.
Hey, there's nothing. Any kind of Christmas cheer is good Christmas cheer at this point, and again, we appreciate them being here. We've got a little bit of a gap in our parade coverage after you see the camera footage, or the camera from high atop. Brandon Henderson, our eye in the sky,
Eye
if
in the
you
sky.
will.
Show us that tree, that beautiful KTVE community Christmas tree. Now, if you are not from here, are not familiar, the reason it's blue and white when all the rest of El Dorado is red and green is because the original KTVE Christmas tree was made from that mountain.
Right.
And it was, of course, blue and white. So it used to go all the way to the top. Of course, modern day technology, there's a tower up there. There's
Right.
some other things up there now, so we can't legally do that. And so it is a little different from maybe when you were a kid, but the memories made under that tree, I've heard so many stories of proposals and all kinds of neat things happening under that tree. And so if you get a chance, go around it with your car, get out and spin around it.
There it is.
And there it is.
Beautiful.
And you also see First Baptist Church in the foreground. If you're out and about down this downtown area, they are offering free hot chocolate and cookies.
Hey,
They
all
brought us
right.
some while ago. You missed out.
Of course I did. Well, you know where I was? I was inside trying to get
Yeah.
as warm as possible
Yeah,
as you get an
absolutely.
image of the beautiful KTVE Christmas tree, and we appreciate Sherry Cross has made that her mission,
Absolutely.
and she works for us here in El Dorado and does a great job. And I have a lot of memories of the First Baptist Church here in El Dorado.
Do you? This is my church, my home church. I got married in that church.
My great-grandmother was part of the nursery for a long time. In fact, I believe the children's church or the nursery was named after her at some
Really?
point. So
What is her name?
Ruby Floyd. So
Okay,
yeah, so
I
if
did
you
not
see-
realize that.
Yeah, so if you ever see that name in First Baptist Church in El Dorado, that is my
Thank you to know that.
great grandmother.
I
so,
love that.
But anyway, yeah. So everybody, I think, has their stories of history and memories in South Arkansas, and a lot of those memories are made during the Christmas parade.
During the Christmas parade. It is something that we look forward to every year. It is
Yeah.
always the first Thursday in December.
Right.
That date never changes. And Jared, you and I have gotten to do a lot of these, and it's been really fun. Again, it's always different kinds of weather.
Right.
Tonight is cold, and we don't mind it. But if you see us rubbing our hands, there's a reason.
There's a hand warmer.
There's a reason for
and
that.
they this hand warmer is expired.
Oh, I need a hand warmer. Somebody.
I got one.
You got another expired hand
Hang
warmer.
on.
Don't
Yeah,
eat it.
Don't eat it. That was the joke
Took
we
your
made.
joke.
No, seriously.
Sorry.
And they didn't sponsor this, so we're not going to even show
that's right.
but yeah, there you go. All you got to do is shake this thing up, and it'll
Share.
get warm. At some point.
Sharing is caring.
And everybody's like, "Oh, you gave him your last hand warmer." No, I got
Nah, he's
two
got
more.
more.
Those
He
are
wouldn't
for
give me
me. No, I'm not.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, coming up next is the El Dorado High School Band. Of course, 9th through 12th grades. There was a little bit of a gap because, guys, these people have to march
And play.
So give them a little credit. They've done this for 2 miles in the cold.
Right.
Do you think that anybody's lips have frozen to their instrument at
It's
this
not.
point?
It's not
Not
quite
that cold?
but
Says you.
it probably feels that way.
yeah.
And I tell you what, the older I get, the more respect I have for marching bands, because band is one thing, playing is one thing, playing and moving is completely different.
Absolutely.
And so we appreciate their effort, and also the Christmas cheer that they bring. As you can see, the El Dorado High School Wildcat Marching Band. They sound terrific. I'll shut up so you can hear them for just a few minutes.
Under the direction of Rob Clope, and they're going to play for the judges, which are directly across the street from us.
We've got a pretty good vantage point
We
this
do.
year.
I love this setup.
And, of course, they are all donned in lights and tinsel and bows and all the Christmas spirit. I even see some of the woodwinds, maybe? I'm not a band guy.
I took piano, so I'm out on that.
I took art. That's how much of a musician I am. Let's listen in.
Great job, guys.
Again, that was the El Dorado High School Wildcat Marching Band performing for us and the judges here at the 2024 El Dorado Christmas Parade.
And you know, they're not the only band in this parade. In
Of
fact,
course
there's
not.
kind of a big one coming up soon.
Right on. Which one?
UAPB.
Oh, they're going to put on a show.
They're going to put on a show. In fact, they've actually made arrangements for that band to stop 3 different times, including right here and do a performance. So you'll get to see it live, all on myarclimates.com.
That is high energy stuff.
Yeah.
So we appreciate the
I
University of
can't wait.
Arkansas.
They're staying warm.
Pine Bluff Golden Lions.
That's right. My adopted brother is the head coach of
Really?
Yep, Alonzo Hampton. He's an incredible
Very
guy from
cool.
Warren, Arkansas, and went to NLU at the time and played football there. Got his master's from there in accounting. He's a great guy. He's a great Arklamas guy and
Good community guy.
That's right.
All right,
Okay.
moving up, we've got Gabe's Cave, and that's comics, cards, and collectibles. They're a Holly Jolly Christmas Parade sponsor. Basically, the stories on March 25th, 2019, Gabe's Cave began its journey into the pop culture world. And at the Cave, it's their mission to create a fun and interactive space that everyone can feel a part of. We're talking superheroes, movies, comics, TV shows, action figures, basically anything nostalgia that you can think of that is interesting to you. It's probably interesting to them.
And they are responsible for bringing the voice of Charlie Brown, Grand Marshal Duncan Watson, and the voice of Lucy, and I do not know her name. I apologize. Oh, actually, Melanie Cohn. There we go. And they are responsible for bringing them. You can meet them live tomorrow at Gabe's Cave, 4 to 7.
And make sure you ask Mr. Duncan to go, I got a rock. Because I know that's actually from It's a Great Pumpkin, The Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. But, you know, it's still a seasonal thing.
Seasonal thing. Okay, up next we have the Purple Sass, and I believe they're going to do a little performance. We again have a couple of different dance groups that we have said you can stop 3 times and give a performance. And I believe this is one, well, they may just march, and that's fine too.
You know what? It's cold out there, so
It
marching is a
is.
lot warmer than stopping and performing at this point.
Absolutely,
So
absolutely.
we appreciate them being a part of today's parade. Coming up next, Parents United Against Youth Violence.
Yeah,
It's
our first large float. I'm excited about this one.
Yeah, that's a big float. So Parents United Against Youth Violence started in June of 2023. There they are, making their way on. This nonprofit provides support to the community that has suffered recently. The group organizes and marches and pray over the community, and we appreciate them being our first big, large float in today's El Dorado Christmas Parade.
I don't know if that was them or not. This may actually be Carl Malone. Now, listen, you guys, you see me holding this phone, and this is our lineup, so forgive us if it's not exactly in order.
Yep.
Changes happen, and we don't always get those changes, but this is Carl Malone Power Sports, And wow, for all your power sports needs, come and see why the mailman delivers. He could deliver that to my house for Christmas, and I would be just fine.
Somebody else is going to have to take care of the payment for me.
I understand.
But yeah, it's a beautiful car. I believe it.
Absolutely.
Is that Camaro?
Or a Corvette.
Corvette. I think it's a Corvette.
Yeah, it's a Corvette. I like.
I'm
those.
not a car guy. I'm not a music
neither.
guy. I don't even know
No.
why I'm here, to be
No,
honest
no,
with you.
yeah, but I'll take it. I will take any of these. The Bronco, just
Yeah, so
whichever one you want.
So like I said, as the parade progresses, there are times every now and then where we kind of go to smidge out of order, and we get the rundown, and we're going to follow it right along with you. And so if we have to call some audibles along the way, well, so be it. But we appreciate Carl Malone being the Carl Malone
Sports
title
group.
sponsor.
Yeah.
It's
And Toyota,
Chevrolet.
Corvette, as
That
you
was
said.
a Corvette.
It was. And then there was a Chevrolet 3,500-ton, one-ton truck.
There's another Corvette.
Oh, that's so
So you had the
pretty.
Corvette convertible, and then you got just the hardtop Corvette.
Either
in
one of
red.
those under my tree,
Yeah.
fine with me. Toyota Tundra pickup. All of these can be found on West Hillsborough Street at the Carl Malone Auto Group for
Ooh,
sure.
And we have a classic car coming up.
Oh, wow.
Right behind it.
Now,
That is
who
a
is
nine. All right, so that is quality maintenance. That is a 1950 two-tone green Chevy.
That's beautiful.
Coming in, the drivers are Gary and Caroline Hill, owners of Quality Maintenance, have been serving Union County since 2000. And specializing in commercial property cleaning. Beautiful
I love
ride.
It. And I wouldn't have touched that car with anything, and they've built a whole float on top of it.
Hey, isn't that so
looks
beautiful? You guys
amazing.
look awesome.
Great job.
Merry
Great job.
Christmas, happy holidays. That's a beautiful
It's so
1950
fun.
Chevy.
Oh, that's so pretty.
How about that? All right,
Goodness.
coming up next, we've got.
Oh, this is Skittles, the cow.
Oh!
Listen, this is a big deal. When the baby gets a little bit older, you got to have a petting zoo party. This is a thing
I'm
now,
in.
right?
I'm in.
And
Sign me.
Skittles, this is Block R Barnyard. It's a traveling petting zoo based out of El Dorado. On the float is beloved Skittles.
Skittles.
Skittles has become their star attraction. Okay,
Yeah,
I need you to know.
can't imagine why.
I can't either.
He's so
I mean,
awesome.
A cute little baby cow.
Yeah.
Come on, give me a break. Skittles is a miniature Hereford cow. Attending her tonight is Myra Morgan, the Miniature Hereford Breeders Association Junior Princess. Amanda Morgan, the operator and owner, and Debbie Lewis, who discovered Skittles and made her a star.
Yeah, and Skittles is a star.
Yeah,
All right,
we love
moving up
Skittles.
next, Auto Lube Express, locally owned and operated. Auto Lube Express displaying their business with a classic automobile and, of course, greeting all the employees with the employees as well. They have all Peanuts characters along with their infamous Charlie Brown True and Snoopy Doghouse.
Look at the cute little
To
Charlie
depict
Brown
that
tree.
true Charlie Brown Christmas. There's Snoopy.
I love Snoopy and Woodstock on top of the float, but I love the Charlie Brown tree the most. That was super, super cute.
Yeah, so we appreciate Snoopy being a part of our Charlie Brown themed Christmas
Absolutely.
parade. Moving on,
This
go
is
ahead.
Circle T Speedway. Looking for family fun of all ages. You can check them out on Facebook. Circle T Speedway. And look at those fun little cars.
I believe those are like go-kart. Well,
and they're
I
pulling
like
Santa's
go-karts.
sleigh.
That's so cool. All right, so
that's the way to go.
yep, you can see Santa's sleigh enter right there at the end.
There you go.
So
there you go. I
that-
love that. That looks great. And Snoopy's driving one. Did you see that?
yes,
Love
well,
it. Love to see it.
I don't know if that's a good idea.
I mean,
Snoopy's up for mischievousness.
Hey,
son.
don't you remember he flew the plane?
Oh yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, he could do it.
Snoopy's seen some stuff.
He really has.
All right, moving on is.
This is maybe still maybe Circle T. I'm not quite sure. Merry Christmas.
We may be out of order again.
We might be out of order. The next is supposed to be the Boys and Girls Club. We will see. I believe that's
I believe
correct.
that's right.
Yeah.
Yep, I can see the Boys and Girls Club banner at the top.
Yeah.
So there we go.
Yeah, Boys and Girls Club, of course, we know. It's an incredible place in our community. They aligned their float theme with, of course, a Charlie Brown Christmas, and they're going to give us a little cheer. A Charlie Brown Christmas. Now, the Boys and Girls Club, of course, provides for many people. We wanted to depict the simplicity of the Christmas season, they say, and feature familiarity of the prominent Christmas characters. In doing so, they constructed Snoopy's house out of boxes and foam and
I love it.
created 3D cutouts. Of course, they have all kinds of campuses, not just in El Dorado, but Smackover, Norflet, and Strong Huddock.
And moving on next is the Salvation Army. The Salvation Army served individuals this year. They served over 31,000 individuals, providing overnight lodging and shelter at the Red Shield Shelter. And we appreciate them, as always, being a part of today's parade.
Absolutely. And we'll talk more about the Salvation Army as time permits, and we have some maybe lulls in the
We
crowd.
don't have Admiral David Robinson, but we have.
We have the Major.
The major.
Yeah, that's right. Baby Miss, Union County Fair Cream Paris Brown. She was precious.
Yes.
That crown was as big as she was. Bless her little heart.
She's staying warm, though.
She was staying warm, and Mama looked warm, too. She was beautiful. And up next is First Apostolic Church. And they
There
have
they
a
are.
great little float. I love, look.
They got a Charlie Brown
they've
Christmas
got-
tree.
I just love the Charlie
All
Brown
right.
Christmas tree.
So if you're going to go full Charlie Brown Christmas tree, you got to go full. It can't be, oh, it's our Christmas tree and we're going to call it a Charlie Brown Christmas. No, it needs to be
It's gotta
squirrely.
it's got to be squirrely.
It needs to be struggling.
One
And
ornament.
you know what?
The one
Yeah,
ornament
the
makes
one
it.
ornament that kind of throws it off kilter, that is a Charlie Brown Christmas tree.
Great job, guys. Absolutely wonderful job. Merry
Great job.
Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Hope you guys have a wonderful holiday season. And I hope the Charlie Brown tree gets its Linus blanket.
Linus blanket?
Yeah.
That's right.
Trying to
That's
get my characters
That's right.
right.
I know. It's been a minute. It
Yes.
has been a minute. Esther Baker up next. Chess Baker, First Apostolic Church ATVs.
Those are some nice
Those are
rides.
nice. Look at-
hey, another
look at his
Charlie
little
Brown.
tree.
And it's got a Linus blanket.
Ah, it's got the Linus blanket. That was
They-
just for you. He
All
heard
right,
you.
they're figuring it out,
I
man.
love
They-
it.
And like I said, they're going to go full full cannon here. Yeah, everybody wants to make
Full
sure that they are adapting to the Charlie Brown Christmas festivities. But as much as this is a Charlie Brown Christmas themed parade, the Grinch every now and then can kind of
Make an appearance.
sneak in. And I'm
Absolutely.
not going to spoil everything, but I think he's probably going to show up at some point.
Probably.
Eh.
More than once, possibly. He'll sneak around the parade. He's
Well,
crazy
we've already
like that.
seen Snoopy like 3 or 4 times.
That's true.
So,
That's
you
true.
know, but again, for folks that have not been out here for this kind of parade, you really need to make it part of your year next
Yeah,
year. First
yeah.
Thursday in December, make sure you're out here.
The Grinch is on a houseboat. I need you to see that.
Wow.
The Grinch has
this
taken
is an
to the
impressive
seas.
float.
I love this float.
Okay, so this is Spring Lake Feed and Seed, South Arkansas
South
Roofing.
Arkansas Roofing,
Yep,
mhm, yep,
and
and Spring
Spring Lake
Lake.
Feed and Seed. And obviously, you can call them for your roofing, feed, and building needs, especially if they're going to build something like that. My
Absolutely. I
goodness.
mean, they put that together, and that looks amazing.
That's impressive. And
I'd love to see that
even,
on the water.
Even the Grinch isn't mad about that.
I
He's
mean,
like, this
he's
is
got a smile on his
pretty
face.
nice
You gotta love
ride.
that.
We've got more Corvettes and Sims Mortuary as part of this year's parade.
Yeah.
They've got a new location coming soon, so be on the lookout for that. They've been serving the South Arkansas community, El Dorado community, since 1951.
Yeah, they have some sharp cars looking there. Hey, I want to visit again about the Salvation Army.
Yes.
You know, I know something that you probably do. Our family does it every year is register to ring and to go
Yes.
ring that bell. If any time of the season around most cities, you're going to hear those little chime of
Right.
bells at the Walmart, the Hobby Lobby, the Brookshires, wherever you may shop. It does not take much to grab that change that was left over from your Sonic drink earlier in
Correct.
the day and just throw it in the pot. Those red kettles produce so much of their income and go to feeding all those folks
Correct.
and giving them nightly lodging. And I know I just talked to Major Robinson yesterday, and they still have 600 hours of ringers that they need to
Ooh.
fill. Most Fridays and Saturdays are pretty full, but during the week they really need help. And you can go to registertoring.com,
registertoring.com.
or you could just call the Army and they will
Yeah.
absolutely sign you up. I couldn't get it to work the other day, and they signed me.
I was
right
about to say, you call David and
And
say,
he'll-
hey,
that's
I
right.
want to help out. He's going to make it happen. So,
Absolutely. So do that. It is a wonderful, whether it's a group, community project.
Right.
It's also something that's just really great for you and your family to do, to teach your kids that this season is really about giving more than getting, and there are a lot of less fortunate people out there
Correct.
that could use your help.
yeah,
So
and so make sure that those bells don't ring themselves.
No.
So
no.
somebody's
And it really
got to go
does
out there
make
and
a
do it.
difference when there's someone out there with a great attitude that's ringing it.
Yeah.
Makes you want to give.
Bring
a
some
little.
high energy when you ring your bells too.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Have a cup or two of coffee along the way. The Crystal Queens dance team is next. They've got their banner carriers, and they look warmer than most. I'll be honest, and it's because they keep moving. There they
Absolutely.
are, right there.
And they are getting to stop and do a performance, and I can't wait to see them. Let's listen in.
It's easy to stay warm when you're.
Absolutely. Those girls are going to work up a sweat.
I was about to say, give us another 20 or 30 minutes, I may be out there right along with them.
And they can have all the hot chocolate they want when they dance
Exactly,
like that. 'cause
exactly.
They're burning the calories,
Yeah.
baby. And they are smart. They danced for the weather.
Yes.
Or dressed for the weather. I
Dressed
should
for the
say.
weather, correct. Well,
Dancing
they're
for
dancing
the
for the
weather,
weather,
too.
to be honest with you.
Great job, ladies.
They did a great job, of course. Karis Rhymes is coming up next, and I believe they're coming up next. Hi,
Yeah.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
And they will be joining us in just a few minutes.
Yeah.
The local bounce house rental and party planning business, offering 10% discounts to all church groups and things of that nature
I
in
love
schools. So be sure to contact them. I believe they're coming up next. They got the little mini bounce house going on as well. We keep looking off in the distance over our little monitor here and over the camera so we can see what's coming up next. And there is their bounce house. I would assume they have bounce houses of all different shapes, sizes, and age groups.
and budgets, probably.
Yes. Well, I mean, you get into a small little ball pit like that. It's great for the young ones, but then they get older and they all want to slide and do all that kind of
Do
stuff.
the fun
So,
stuff.
yeah,
That's right. That's right.
and we appreciate. Hey, they got
And
a
they got a
Charlie
Charlie
Brown
Brown
Christmas tree. That's number 3.
I don't know if y'all know, but we're big fans. I think that's more than number 3. That's 3 since we started counting. So
That's fair.
okay.
All right, so
Yeah,
we'll
okay.
we'll add 1 to that count and say that there was one that we missed.
We have chairs. Do you want to sit? I don't mind standing, but okay.
Wow,
I feel like I'm more in the action, man, when I'm standing.
No,
so.
we had that argument before we came
We
on air.
did.
She was like,
We
"I
did.
want to stand." I was like, "I want to sit." So
Who won?
I'm not used to winning in anything ever.
Oh, welcome to Married Life,
Yeah.
Jared. All right, up next, Taylor Ellis Carter. She is the young Miss Derrick and preteen Miss Union County Fair Queen. She's the daughter of Tiffany and Joe Carter, and she attends Norflit Middle School. She's beautiful, and that sweater's so cute, and she looks very Christmassy.
She definitely has the smile to match, and she's wrapped in a blanket, which is also smart.
Very smart.
As we move on to the Christian Motorcycle Association, CMA is an international, interdenominational motorcycle ministry whose vision is changing the world one heart at a time, here at home and around the world. CMA through the CMA Run for the Sun. Learn more about the Run for the Sun at cmausa.org.
You know what they're missing?
What's that?
The motorcycles.
Yeah, but
It's not the weather for it, I guess.
I think at this point, I think the message speaks some more volumes right there.
It does.
And
And
I'll-
I know several great people that are a part of that group, and they do a lot for the community and do a lot at Christmas time. They do a toy fun run that's really, really special. This is Campfire Club number 16, the El Dorado Club. Hey, guys. I love it when they bring enthusiasm to the event.
And they've got their matching Campfire Club T-shirts on. Most of them are covered by jackets, as they should be. And they look very excited. Merry Christmas!
Merry Christmas.
All right.
Oh, I
so-
hope Santa comes and sees them there.
Okay, explain this next float to me. What we got with it?
Okay, this is Delta Sigma Theta
There we
Sorority.
go.
They are a nonprofit, and they strive to provide assistance and support through local community programs. This is a Magnolia alumni chapter, and they are cold and warm. Look, I love they have Charlie Brown Christmas.
Yep.
Absolutely. And then there's what, Hendrix ATV.
Yes,
up next.
Hendrix ATV, Linda Hendrix side by side. Jeff is on the side by side. Jeff Sturdivant is in that 2023 Harley Davidson, and Russ Hendricks is in the 2019 Harley Davidson. If you were going to ask me the difference between the years in the Harleys,
I would say about 4. I don't know.
I would say, yeah, one's 4 years older than the other. I can't tell you the differences in sound. But those are also some tricked out Harley sound
Those
systems,
are nice.
lights,
Yeah.
all kinds
Yeah.
of stuff.
They probably have heaters on those things too. Honestly, they do have.
I'm
like, little-
telling you.
You know, it's crazy what all they've got. Okay, listen. When I was looking over these scripts, I love this. This is Swole Foods, which is like a health food store in
I'm in.
town. Okay, so they're going to feature Swoley Brown.
I like it.
I love it so much.
Charlie's been in the gym.
That's right. It says, say goodbye to ordinary and hello to the extraordinary. The Swole Food Team is a healthy bistro that's here to elevate the classic smoothie into a customizable power meal that's perfect for your life on the go. And they say, absolutely, Swoley Brown has been in the gym, and they've got their float. You see him?
Yep, and
He's
and
buffed up.
also be sure to keep them in mind as everybody starts trying to think eating healthy for the at the turn of the year.
Absolutely. Next up is the Barton Junior High School Band. You can tell they're junior high. They're just a little shorter than the high school kids.
Yeah,
Like,
there
so.
you go. But
They're
they
strong,
are
though.
a
Look at how many
great
there
group.
are. Wow.
And I would assume that they're getting ready to perform for our judges, and we listen to them as they perform.
A for effort.
Yep, I love it. Again, we're well down the parade route, so I would assume that the woodwinds are a little winded, but they're in great shape. That sounded terrific. And again, that was the Barton Junior High Band.
Absolutely. Adriana Davidson is the Union County Fair Toddler and Prettiest Smile. She attends Westside Christian School, and she is blowing smiles and waving at her crowd.
I can see why she won Miss Prettiest Smile.
Absolutely, she's perfect.
She is
It's
waving.
hard to keep that smile on when you're cold, you know. Like
I'm not even trying to hold the smile at this point, though. But we appreciate Adriana being a part of today's Christmas parade. Coming up next, I tell you what, this is one of the.
They're just showing off.
It's lit. And another Grinch.
A Grinch. There you go.
Cindy, who we got here?
This is Evers Electric. They were founded in 1982, a great member of our community. They've grown into one of the region's most dependable companies, and they've got a great float. This is a large float, and there's categories that have winners: large float, small float, car. And these guys put on a show, man. They look. Do you
got
see?
church pews,
and they have electric poles.
We got
a
lineman.
I love it.
And we're talking a lineman like a power lineman, not a offensive lineman or anything like that.
That is a great job. And, you know, linemen, we are so grateful to them. Anytime you've lost power,
they're
Monroe
way more
power.
important.
That's right. That's right. Monroe lost power yesterday, and
Yep.
I know you're grateful for each and every one of those linemen that got out and handled that.
All right, moving next, Claire Herman is the dazzling diva, ultimate supreme. She looks warm. She's got Snoopy in her lap. Merry Christmas, Claire. And hopefully she has a wonderful holiday season. She's riding in a vet.
And she blew you a kiss. I'm just throwing it out there.
Hey, you know.
Tell Sarah to watch out.
Sarah is at home with our 7-month-old, just
not worried at all.
Just going, please go to sleep at this point. And there's Snoopy, just relaxing.
Gotta love him. He's doing what we're gonna do later tonight. Maybe what the baby's doing now.
Yep.
This is Dinah Hildreth ATV at a Charlie Brown Christmas. That is a souped-up ATV. You know, when they have those tires that big, they're going deep in the mud.
And the other thing about it is this is the existential Snoopy on top, where he's sitting there in Woodstock's like, hey, man, you all right?
Dude,
my favorite
okay?
Snoopy moment is when he's just chewing on the bones like they're just potato
Pringles,
chips, and he's just like
just popping them in his mouth all the
like human femurs, and he's just like
Yes.
just mowing right through them.
Yeah.
So.
Snoopy's got some dentures or something because he's like chomping on those things.
That and when he's making fun of Lucy and behind her, and she goes, I ought to slug you, and he licks her.
Pigpen.
And, yeah.
I don't know. I'm a big fan of Pigpen and
everybody can relate to
Linus.
Pigpen.
Yeah, well, if you have 3 boys, you can. I can tell you that, bud.
I got one, and that's enough.
Up next, another large float, Code 3 Services. Oh, brother. Code 3 for your emergency.
I like it.
I
like it.
Hazardous response team. They are ready to respond to chemical and biological waste emergencies. Hey, it's not a fun job, but somebody's got to do it.
Is that a tank?
That's a freaking tank, dude.
Hey, they're rolling in with their, I'm going to say, chemical handling service vehicle, and then a Sherman behind it. I don't know what that is.
I don't even know what to say.
That thing's enormous.
What
is that?
Up with that?
Come back.
Is that like, can that go in water too? Does it float?
We have so many questions.
Oh, brother,
Hey, good
Thanks,
grief.
thanks.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Coming up next, State Farm agent Kim Dupree, who's been a part of Southern Arkansas and the El Dorado community, also serves in Ruston.
Gotta love an Arkansas dealer.
Absolutely. I believe had a chance to speak with her a couple years ago. I don't remember. I just remember her in passing. And wonderful servant to the community, and we appreciate her being a part of.
Snoopy and all kinds
all the
of
Woodstocks.
little Woodstocks pulling the sleigh for Kim. Love it. Gotta love it.
Whew. All right.
Ooh, my thumb is frozen.
Yeah, you're having to do that. You're having to do the magic scroll on the phone
work.
so we can keep up with all.
Might have to try to put this glove on and see if it works. Kappa Alpha Psi Rayville Alumni Chapter is up next. I love when folks from other communities come to this parade. They know it's a big deal.
Again. I think it also is a testament to what this is for the community, not just in not just in Southern Arkansas, but in the general Arklamis community. Folks want to be a part of this parade, not just because. It's not because of the contests and everything, but it's just to be a part of the Christmas season. The Kappa Alpha Psi fraternity was founded in 1911 at Indiana University, and this is a chapter located in Rayville, and we appreciate them being a part of today's parade.
Are they going to step?
Yes, they are.
Let's go.
I will be quiet, and we can watch along. Again, that's the Kappa Alpha Psi fraternity. This chapter out of Rayville, the Rayville alumni
They were cold. Did you see them
chapter.
shiver afterwards? Great job,
I
gentlemen.
don't blame them one bit.
Up next, the Holy Redeemer, Linus Explains Christmas. Both 54 and 55. This is entry number 54 and 55. Holy Redeemers, the Nativity of Christ, and Linus Explaining Christmas. So I think we're going to see Linus up first. They are all decked out with trees and a snowman, presents, even Santa.
When Linus says, lights please, and goes into that's like the sweetest part of.
I think it's so sweet. I actually have that on my Apple Music account, and I listen to it all the time.
It's really
I love
cool.
that. So precious.
And also, it should be noted that it is a smidge windy outside, so some of our higher floats and everything are taking some 10 and 15 mile an hour wind gusts. I'm not a meteorologist. I just play one on TV.
I stayed at a Holiday Inn last night.
But today we are.
That's when you say, "Oh, brother."
Good grief.
Good grief.
We continue on with our parade, and again, hand warmers. I'm just not, again, sinisterly planning
my demise.
At this point, just anything to stay warm.
That's right.
If
That's
formulating an evil plan was going to keep me warm, bring it on. But in all seriousness, we
this
have
is the Holy Redeemer second float. Yeah.
This is the second float from the Holy and this is the Nativity of Christ, basically a rolling nativity scene, if you will.
I love that. Of course, the true meaning of Christmas, all about Jesus' birth, and these guys understand that, and they're going to share that with the world.
And then you've got the little one there in the back seat. She looks like she's got a snack, and I bet the heater's going full bore.
And the angels are drinking hot chocolate. Now, I appreciate that. I can understand that.
They had hot chocolate.
Babe,
I thought it was gold, frankincense, and myrrh.
Gold, frankincense, myrrh, and hot chocolate. And baby Jesus looks cold. They might need Linus's blanket to cover that kid up.
Yeah, you got to throw some socks on baby Jesus. You can get pneumonia out in this weather. P is not silent, folks. And also, I don't think you can actually get pneumonia from cold weather. I think that is just a thing that our parents told us so we wouldn't run out barefoot.
Is that fake news?
I just don't think. It's kind of like the mosquitoes don't die when it gets cold. Because if that were the case, every time it got cold, we wouldn't have mosquitoes.
That's true.
We digress.
We're going haywire.
So the
I know this is not the Kiwanis Club, so I'm going to try to find.
This is the Dazzling Divas.
Okay.
Hey, you know what? But there they are. They introduced themselves.
And they can dance. I bet they're going to do a show.
Quite dazzling. That has blown hamstring out for me if I try to do something like that.
I know these girls have got to be cold, but they can put on a great show. And I love that they have the big ones and they have the little ones. The future dancing divas. Great job, ladies.
Also, to not be outdone, the sound systems that a lot of these dancing groups and floats have to go along with them. There's a lot of folks out here, so it's loud, and for them to be able to hear their music and go along the way, you got to have some pretty impressive sound systems in some of those rides.
And I do love the energy these girls are bringing because, again, at this point, they've walked the better part of 2 miles uphill.
Yep.
And I know they're cold, and they are still getting it and giving a good show. So good for them. I think this could be Kiwanis. I could also be
it's got a Charlie Brown tree on top.
We're going to say it's Kiwanis of El Dorado. And, of course, Kiwanis is a global organization of volunteers dedicated to improving the world one child and one community at a time. They are positive influences and communities worldwide so that one day all children will wake up in communities that believe in them, that nurture them, and that provide the support that they need to thrive. The funds raised through their club go toward local efforts to help children and organizations in need.
A lot of our local Kiwanis club chapters just had their pancake days, too.
Yes,
which
had it
is
here.
Just
Absolutely. It's always a hit around here. We always did it today. DeClaus is coming to town.
Delaclaus.
Yeah,
so here's Delic.
Delic always does a great float.
Delic, U.S. El Dorado's refinery. Obviously, Merry Christmas for those folks. The refinery's been producing gasoline, diesel fuel, and asphalt for over 102 years to the great people of Natural State.
Snoopy's leveled up. He's got a heater in the house.
Piano player.
Brilliant.
What's
Line? No.
No.
Charles Schultz. No,
come
what's
on.
his name? Somebody.
Schroeder.
Schroeder, thank you. Schroeder! I wish I could hear it. Now, look, their Charlie Brown tree has a giant ornament.
Yeah,
Did you
and
notice?
it's a Delic ornament.
I
so
love this float.
it's an ideal product placement right there.
And
I appreciate Justin Burke
hey,
for
Lucy, the doctor is in.
Hey! But Justin got me with the Schroeder because I blanked on. I've blanked
Justin.
on every Charlie Brown
Man.
character. I am 0 for 3 in
Now
Charlie
look,
Brown
their
characters.
ice skate. We need to really take a minute to appreciate this float. They've got Lucy, of course, her psychiatric
Gosh,
help.
she looks so angry.
She's always angry. They've got Schroeder. They've got the ice skating, of course, Snoopy, and Snoopy's even got a heater, and of course the Charlie Brown tree. And if you missed any of the characters,
There they
here
are.
they are. the
Hey,
rest
there's
of them.
Peppermint Patty.
Love,
There's Pigpen.
love
Pigpen's got the.
Pigpen.
I love it.
Oh, Pigpen is the best.
That may be one of my
If
favorite
that-
floats
that's
so
my
far.
favorite one so far. I love it. Great job, Delic. They always do a wonderful job. Congratulations. That was a wonderful job. This is a Madeline Poss. She's Miss Union County. She's 19 years old and attends South Ark. She'll continue her education at Louisiana Tech in Ruston. Madeline's the co-captain for the first ever South Ark cheer team, and she's studying physical therapy.
South Ark Stars. They got the basketball teams, baseball team up and going, and doing some really fun stuff for Southern Arkansas.
I'm not sure number 60 is coming, but number 59
I-
is, of course.
I was going to take a guess and say that that's the U.S. Army, and I'm not going to salute him because I don't want to mess up the salute
Oh,
and
I've
have to do
screwed it up.
push-ups.
Yep. They'll forgive me.
He says drop and give me 20. I'll be
Um,
like, I'll give you 2 5s and maybe a 10, and that's about it. And obviously they're bringing the Humvee along
Yeah.
with them for the ride today.
Thank you so much for your service, guys. Y'all are awesome.
And there's going to be a lot of service members spending their holiday season overseas or at bases or wherever across the globe. And we appreciate what they're doing for our country, and we appreciate their service
Absolutely.
in all branches of the military. Moving on, I believe that would
This
be
is Patrick and Crystal Miner. They're
Nice.
driving a 2024 Range Rover. Take that under my tree. That was beautiful. And next up, New Haven Counseling and Health Services. New Haven Recovery Lodge is a relatively new group in town. They took over the old hospice place out by the baseball complex.
Okay.
You guys may remember JW that worked for us. He now works for New Haven, and I can see him on the float.
Well-
but this group is a great group, and it is an in-house treatment center.
and they've
for
got
rehab.
Charlie Brown on the back end.
Love it, love
Looks
it, love
great,
it.
and another Charlie Brown tree.
Great job.
We appreciate them being a part of today's parade. Also, JW's little baby was out here
Oh, we got to see the
earlier,
little baby
I
in
know.
Scarlet.
and trying to stay thawed
Stay
out.
warm inside.
At this
Absolutely.
point. This is another. What
This
do
is
we
kinda-
have here? I can't
This
see
is
off in the
pure
distance.
bliss.
Yeah.
This Spa and Events presents a Bridgerton Ball. It's Pure Bliss Salon. They are hosting a Bridgerton-themed ball January the 11th at the El Dorado Conference Center. It is going to be so much fun. It's an extravagant gala, a fundraiser for UCAPS. Queen Janice is accompanied by her ladies-in-waiting, and she cannot wait to see everyone there in their Regency attire.
All right, so my wife watches Bridgerton.
Oh,
okay,
yeah, uh-huh.
but she falls asleep.
Oh,
And
that's
so
funny.
I have to tell her where she fell asleep in every episode so she could pick up because they'll just keep on playing.
Sure.
But yeah. Bridgerton is definitely she likes the soundtracks, the music, all the like
I do
modern
too,
songs
but it's,
that have
but
been
set to orchestra,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
strings, and I do too.
it's
I love
catchy stuff.
It is. It is.
Not necessarily my type of show, but I would go to the Bridgerton Ball.
Absolutely, and it's for a good cause.
Absolutely, that's the most important part.
Well, New Olive Baptist Branch Church is up next. New Olive Branch is a place of help, hope, and healing. We want to remember the life and legacy of Pastor Eugene J. Farley Sr., who loved the El Dorado Christmas Parade. He spent years making sure that others would know the true meaning of Christmas.
And
And they have done a great job with their float tonight. Because of Christ, our days are merry and bright.
And you can see that they memorialized Pastor Eugene on the front of their float as well. They're excited to be a part of the holiday season, and they've got basically a makeshift hayride, and then they've got the screen in the background.
Wow, that's cool.
I'm telling you,
So you can see yourself on the float. That's amazing.
that's impressive stuff. Keep
Absolutely.
El Dorado Beautiful is our next entry, and you can see them riding along, obviously helping to keep the streets of Southern Arkansas and El Dorado clean. We appreciate everything that keep El Dorado and keep Arkansas beautiful.
Yeah, they have a new mascot for the state. I believe that's an otter, but I mean, don't quote me on it. But I'm
You
pretty
ought to know.
Good grief. Equipment share up next.
You set me up for
I
that one.
did.
That
It
was
was
so
really
easy.
teed you up for that. That's for sure.
Woo!
Oh, Snoopy's carrying a tree out of the woods for this one.
One
Back
of-
to his house.
One of our entries looks a little cold there on the.
He's
Don't
looking a
blame him.
little.
And another Charlie
good
Brown tree.
griefy.
Another Charlie Brown
Love
tree
the
on the
Charlie
back
Brown
end.
tree. Up next, Emma Wagner, Junior Miss Union County. She's being chauffeured by Schuler Sewell along with her brother, John Wagner.
All right, and behind her is Halen Sweet, Young Miss Union County Fair 2024. She's 8 years old, and she attends Hugh Goodwin Elementary School. And she's got
so
the smile,
precious.
so adorable. And she's in the convertible,
I mean,
riding right along.
I'd be smiling too if I got that convertible.
Well, eventually, if you smile long enough, your face will stick that
just
way.
freezes like
So,
that. Yeah. Hey, Jason McDougal Motorcycle is up next, and they look warm and cozy.
That
They are
actually,
decked
they're
out.
they're in a slingshot. That may actually be Wanda Reedy right
Oh,
there.
that is Wanda Reedy. I apologize.
Yep. We're on a roll as we move on to J&T Charters. It's J&T Charter is located in El Dorado, Arcadia, and Memphis, Tennessee, striving to provide safe and reliable transportation services to their customers. You can call or book on their website, jtcharters.net.
Hey, and we got to thank them. They transported the UAPB band here tonight, so
Yes,
we
they
are
did.
very thankful for them. We also want to take a minute to thank our sponsors once again. Kohl's being our big sponsor. They've done this for years now.
Right.
And we were across the street from them, and you could see them in the shot. But definitely want to give them a big shout out. Thank you so much for sponsoring this parade. I know so many people watch it on myarclimass.com as we live stream, but then again, as it airs again.
At Christmas, yeah.
And we are going to air sort of an abridged version because guess what? This parade's about 2 hours long. And
Woo!
we can't air that much. But if you want to see the whole thing, certainly you can watch that on myarclimass.com and watch everything in its entirety, even our commentary, which we know you love.
Just put it on mute at this point. And as we continue on with today's parade,
That's the slingshot, I think, still by the same charter company. But up next is Matt Stone and Matthew Shepard. Matthew was Speaker of the House for years and years, and then Senator Matt Stone, our representative from this area. A huge, huge thank you to both Matt and Matthew, as they are the sole sponsor of bringing the UAPB band. It is not cheap to
Nope.
get them to come. They do not come for free, and these guys are responsible for that. So very thankful for them and their sponsorship.
And leading up right behind them is the marching musical machine of the Mid-South, the University of Arkansas Pine Bluff Marching Band, the Golden Lions. Been a staple of the Pine Bluff community in southeastern Arkansas for dozens of years, over 50, 60, over 100
sure,
years, I
sure.
believe, as they get ready to perform here in just a few minutes for our judges. Basically, one of the kind of the headliners, if you will, of this year's parade. We're excited to see them here. Hope to see them back for years to come. And here in just a second, as the band gets a little bit closer, we'll let them perform for our judges.
I'm so excited.
It's amazing when you go from a middle school band to a high school band to a college band.
To an elite college band.
Let's listen in.
God, they sound good.
So great. Booming, really.
Yeah. sweet little girl dancing over here with the pink pants. She was getting it.
Oh, I see her.
A future dancing
I was
diva.
about to say.
You know, these college kids have no idea the impact that they have
Correct.
in these community events. And we really, again, have to thank Matthew Shepard and Matt Stone for bringing them, because this impacts kids in this audience that are watching these young
I want to
people
do that.
play,
I want to do
dance,
that one
and
night.
they think, I can do that.
Yep.
And with the El Dorado Promise Scholarship Program, of course, they can go to college for free anywhere. And they don't have to have a band scholarship.
Correct.
But they can get one.
Right.
And so it's really a great thing, and I'm so thankful for the band coming. If you ever have a chance to go to a UAPB game, the tickets are really affordable.
Yes.
It's not a far drive. And listen, you get to see a much larger show than the one you just saw, this little short performance. So I encourage you to go and support them.
And I don't think folks can really understand at home. The horn section is so far back from us. I would say it's a good 80 to 100 feet from us, and
sure.
our stage, which is kind of lifted a little bit, about 3 or 4 feet off the ground, it's vibrating our stage
is.
because they're just
That could be me dancing.
such a
I'm just saying.
no, it's the horns, I promise. But it is such an amazing feat to get all these college students working together.
Yeah.
They got to show up to practices, early morning practices, late practices. It's just so it's so special to watch. And I also want folks to kind of piggyback off what you're just saying. Go support your local
Yes.
colleges.
Yes.
Go support, Southern Arkansas and
And
UAM
and UAM. You think about it. In our viewing area, we have 4 four-year colleges.
Correct.
We've got UAM. We've got SAU. Oh, I'm sorry. More than that.
No,
Let's
you've
talk-
got
in Arkansas alone. You've got SAU, UAPB, UAM, and then of course 2 two-year colleges: SAU Tech and Southern Arkansas College.
Right.
And then in Louisiana, we've got
you got
Louisiana
ULM,
Tech,
you got
we've
ULM Grambling.
We've got ULM.
That's one that I would suggest is pick a time to go watch Grambling and UAPB when
Yeah.
they're on the schedule, and so you
Oh,
get to see
together.
2 area bands that really like to put on a show.
Yeah.
And
And when historically black colleges play each other, it is such there's such a community there, and it is so fun to go and be a part of that and to watch these bands duke it out on the field.
It's
It's honestly better than the football game to me.
it's a battle of pride is what it is.
It is.
And there's just so much history and so much. There's a lot of camaraderie, but there's also a lot of we want our band to be better than yours.
Absolutely.
And so while they do respect each other's talents, they want to be the best, whether it be Grambling or whether it be UAPB. But I tell you what, this band right here is impressive.
Absolutely. And they are putting on a show. Listen, it's not just 30 seconds and done. I love that. These people at this end of the parade have waited, gosh, what time is it, Jared? They've waited the better part of a couple
hour and a
hours.
half,
Hour
yeah.
and a half, yeah. And most of them, they got here before 7. So they've waited 2 hours to see this show, and they have put on a show tonight.
They did not disappoint, and we appreciate them making the drive from Pine Bluff to come down here and be a part of this year's El Dorado Christmas Parade. Hope to see them back next year. That was awesome.
As they pass by, you will see how large this band is. I know our cameras were
Yes.
mainly focused on the girls that were in the flag line and the dancers, but you look at the size of this band, and again, the horn section that you mentioned earlier, followed up by the drums. I mean, it just goes on
Yeah,
and
it just
on
keeps
and
going.
on.
We may get another song out of Nope, I think they're going to keep on marching along. You know what?
Look at the horns. They're holding up the horns. I love it. Wow. Now our stage is shaking.
Yep.
Jared.
And
Listen, I know how cold my hands are, and I don't have fingerless
Yeah,
gloves
fingers
on,
don't work
on
at this
metal.
point. Yeah.
No, and they're on. I mean, bless their hearts. Great job. Thank you so much for coming and being a part of this. Next up, we're going to move on. We have Sigma Phi Lambda chapter, the Alpha Phi Alpha fraternity, serving the Golden Triangle, Union, Ouachita, and Columbia counties.
Man, as the band makes their way farther down Main Street, like we can still hear them in the background. It's just that was aside from the Delic float, which was really cool. That was probably my favorite part of the parade.
Yeah.
I moved the hand warmers inside the pockets, folks.
So
They've
cold.
stopped working.
I'm so cold.
I really expected the winds to die down just a tad.
I can't
They
rely
have
on the
not.
weatherman.
No. Hey, I'm not. I'm off the clock as a weatherman.
That's
today.
right. So,
but no, it's been a great turnout.
It's been a
too.
great turnout. And
I will notice that a lot of folks are lined up on this side where there's buildings to help kind of, and along the buildings there's a lot of folks because it is quite windy.
right.
But then
I think we're in a little wind tunnel because we're between a couple of big, tall buildings.
yeah, we're kind of
So-
cat-a-corner from the from First Baptist Church, so I think. We got a little wind tunnel effect going on. We also got a little bit of a gap between our, I believe this is the trailer, the truck associated with the band, and
Maybe
they
so. They're
may
trying to
be
navigate that curve.
struggling to make that turn on Main and I don't remember what turn street that is.
Well, we
up
have
there,
plenty
I
that we can
believe.
talk about. You know, there's lots of events coming up. You can go to goeldorado.com, and they will list all the events we mentioned.
South Arkansas Arts Center, got to go see
The
this.
Art Center play, that's this weekend. Tomorrow you can go meet the voice of Lucy and the voice of Charlie Brown at Gabe's Cave. That's from 4 to 7 again tomorrow. Gosh, there's also a Pancakes with Santa breakfast that's happening each weekend. That's on the 21st, and it's a $25 ticket. You can, again, go on goeldorado.com to find out the details on that. And then, of course, every weekend there's horse and carriage rides.
Right.
There's little train rides. There's all kinds of great shopping deals. You know, we have to encourage people to shop local.
Yeah, and that's the other thing, too, is we get closer to the holiday season, and I know a lot of folks like to shop online and do all this stuff. A lot of stuff you start shopping online is not going to get here in time. So go to your local stores. If you've got a teenager or even somebody my age that loves 90s
Not a
nostalgia,
teenager.
go to a Gabe's Cave or somebody like that and go support a local business. There are tons concentrated here in downtown El Dorado. You can get a lot of shopping done at one time.
And here's what I'm going to tell you. When you support local, you support the people that support you. They support your kids' ball teams. They support events like bringing the marching musical machine of the Mid-South here. They support the people that you love and the people that you go to school with, go to work with, go to church with. So supporting local matters. So shop small this holiday season.
That money also just recirculates right back through our local economy as well. So I don't want to explain how all that works because I don't really know how all it works. I'm not an economist, but it's very
you
important.
guys are smart.
Yeah,
You
use
can figure it.
your money locally, and then they spend it locally, and it all stays right here. It's
Absolutely.
so important.
It's important. Up next, I believe we have the Buckaroo Band.
Nope, this is the
No.
Alpha Phi
this is the
Alpha
Alpha Phi
fraternity.
Alpha. I apologize.
Yeah, we were still waiting for the rest of the
bus,
band
yeah.
to make its way through. Love their Christmas tree inflatable in the back. They've got it tied down, so it's not going to go anywhere. But the Sigma Phi Lambda chapter of the Alpha Phi Alpha fraternity, again, serving the Golden Triangle through El Dorado, Magnolia, Camden, all of Ouachita, Union, and Columbia counties. And so we appreciate them being a part
Giving
of.
us a little musical.
Hey,
of their own.
they've got Snoopy the Red Baron going on
Oh,
there.
there's
at
the
the
Red
top
Baron.
of-
That's a Christmas song.
That's one of my favorite Christmas songs.
I love that Christmas song as well.
Christmas bells, those Christmas.
I'm
not
going to listen to
gonna
that as
sing
soon as I get in the car.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
happening.
gonna.
That's happening
The
tonight.
entire hour ride home is gonna be.
Just over and over and
We
over.
actually have
New earworm.
we have a Charlie Brown Christmas on vinyl. The entire soundtrack. We listen to it.
Really?
We've
That's
listened to it probably
impressive.
5 or 6 times already
We're
this
so
year.
old.
Yes.
All right. Smackover Buckaroo Choir having up next under the direction of Mr. Daniel Clark. This float consists of students from Northlet Middle School and Smackover High School, and this is their very first time entering a float in the parade. They say they're happy to be featuring the choir from A Charlie Brown Christmas. And when I tell you those sweet children, anybody who doesn't have gloves, because my fingers are really like
I'm telling you,
they're turning black.
They're
cold.
Like
I'm
I told
not gonna
you,
lie.
like I told you before, either it's getting colder or we're getting older, and it's not getting colder. So
I think it is. Jared.
no,
I disagree.
I can tell you scientifically.
resemble that remark.
It's just us getting old. But
Merry
anyway,
Christmas.
they did a
Merry
great job
Christmas.
decorating their float, and we
They did. This is great too with the Charlie Brown
the
tigers.
Charlie Brown wheels.
My glove Grumpy's Grill ATV motorcycle. Love it.
I love the bubble machines too,
I do
adding
too.
to the
They add to the quality.
holiday
of the
spirit.
parade, for sure.
The El Dorado FFA is up next. This is one of their favorite activities during the holiday season. The FFA members have been working on their float since before Thanksgiving. In fact, this is the 4th year that they've had a float. El Dorado FFA is under the supervision of Neely Purifoy, Anna McKeag, and Grace Snyder. El Dorado FFA obviously wanting to wish everybody a Merry Christmas. What's going on in the front? I can't see anybody.
Listen, I don't know.
It's because they're camouflaged.
Good grief. That's a good grief one for sure. For sure. Even my gloves aren't even working anymore.
Do you need me to?
Hey, this is the High Banks Volunteer Fire Department, in case you didn't hear them coming.
Yep. We heard them before we saw them, that's for sure.
Bless those FFA kids' hearts, because they've been listening to this for a minute now.
If they're all at the
They're all gonna-
audiologist tomorrow, we know why.
People tomorrow are going to be like, I can't hear you, teacher. I didn't hear what you said. And they're going to actually mean that this time.
So the High Banks Fire Department's followed up by the Lawson-Urbana Fire Department, volunteer fire department.
I think it's like the bands that we talked about. They're just competing. Who can be louder?
If they are competing, they're both winning at this point. It's a tie, and we all win. And this is actually the High Banks Fire Department truck. We appreciate our fire.
What'd you say? What was that?
Horn works, guys.
It works.
It's good.
Great.
You can go ahead and check that off the inspection list there. But we appreciate our volunteer fire department. It's a very important part of our community.
Hey, this is second to none car, a Cadillac Convert, a 1984 El Dorado. Gotta love it.
We got to call it an El Dorado.
Okay.
Even though it's an El Dorado.
Yeah, I mean, everybody calls El
right.
Dorado El Dorado. We can call the El Dorado El Dorado.
Yeah,
Works.
I agree. And then followed up by second to none motorcycle with Grinch on the back of one of those motorcycles. I tell you what, as the parade has progressed at a very nice little clip,
really has.
where everybody's been able to enjoy the floats as they've come by, but it is, like we've mentioned, a very, very large parade this year. So
we got like 85-ish more.
Right, we're
halfway.
basically at the halfway point.
Yeah, UAPB was the halfway, I think.
Yeah.
So buckle up, Buttercups.
Yeah, pour on another pot of coffee and throw some hot water on our legs while we're at it. I know I can see the South Arkansas Stars baseball team coming up next. They had a heck of a year last year.
Oh, they've had a heck of a year the last 2 years.
Yes.
Going to the Collegiate World Series for the Community College Division II
Right.
that they're in. And the last 2 years, the first year they went was the very first year for the program.
Right. And I don't think people understand and grasp how difficult that is to build a program from the ground up, to get everybody in, to get your recruits in, and get everybody on the same page, get everybody in shape. I was a baseball player, not a good one, but I was a baseball player nonetheless. North Little Rock High School Charging Wildcats, woo! #1 team in the state, 2003, then lost out in the first round of the playoffs.
Okay,
wasn't my fault. I didn't play in that game.
Okay,
but they, like I said, to get a program together and from scratch, that says a testament to the players for buying in, the coaches, and the support staff for everybody showing up and supporting South Ark baseball. I hope they have a great season again
Absolutely.
this year. Got to go out and see them.
Two things to add. Number one, these kids are quality guys. A lot of them go to First Baptist Church with me, but you see that, like, we have a trunk or treat. They did a trunk.
That's awesome.
I mean, these college
They want to be part of the community.
I'm not going to talk about what I was doing in college, but it wasn't trunk or treat, I can tell you that. So I'm just saying, like, these are quality guys, and it's a quality program. The coach is a quality guy, and I'm just really impressed with these kids.
I was about to say, that speaks to the leadership, too.
It really does. And because of that leadership and the quality of these athletes and the quality of the character of these kids, it's made the community rally around them in so many ways. And so just today, South Ark announced and broke ground on a brand new baseball stadium.
Awesome.
It's going to be at the corner of Hillsborough and Northwest Avenue, or Southwest
right
Avenue.
Here in town.
Right here in the middle of town. It's so exciting. They're also building new dorms for South Ark. Those are going to open, I think, fall of 26. It's a huge investment for the community, for the college, and we are really excited to cover that. And we're, of course, going to keep covering that.
Like I said, I think it also speaks volumes to how quickly the athletic department's growing. We've gone from developing the basketball team to now the baseball team. They all look
Merry
great.
Christmas, guys. And that float was actually built by the brand new cheer squad. It's the first year to have a cheer squad, and they were in charge of that float. Great job, guys. There was Madeline Klotz, 2024 toddler Miss Derrick. She's 2. And then coming up fast is Campfire 47, 23 members of the club that are made up from 2 of our local elementaries, both Northwest and Hugh Goodwin Elementary. These girls are ages 9 to 11.
All right, moving on. Next is the Smack Over Battling Buckaroo Band. Say that 5 times real fast. 37 members from Smack Over High School, and they
are
look
mighty
great.
but strong.
Hey.
This is a small band, but they have big sound, and they always do an incredible job. Really proud of them.
I was about to say, numbers are not everything.
Absolutely.
We were dazzled by the UAPB size of the band, but you can be small and
Listen to
mighty.
them. They sound great.
They sure do. Like I said, you also got to give credit to these bands for playing after going uphill and around corners, and we're talking about, like I said, about a mile's
With
worth
cold
of.
fingers and.
Correct. Moving on to our next float, it is Tyree's Details Shop and Big Red Hauling, as they are a part of this year's parade.
And then up next is Lola Miller and Kyra Dawson from Hendrix ATV. And then Jackie and Charles Slade, also from Hendrix.
Yeah, so you can see those floats. They got their Grinch pants on. We didn't get to discuss your holiday outfit.
I mean, can we get a shot of that?
The Santa pants?
I mean, Santa pants. Oh,
There
look,
they are. The Santa pants.
This is, how many layers you got on tonight?
More than an onion.
Uh,
Still cold. I could be a grilled onion at this point.
I
I'm
mean,
still going to be cold.
There's no heat to me. There's no grill. I'm frozen.
Man.
I'm in the frozen.
It's
food
the
section at
feet.
this
It's
point.
the feet that I've really
Oh, it's my
neglected
fingers.
today.
It's my fingers. No, I wore ugly but very, very warm boots. But man, my fingers are so cold.
I just wear ugly all the time. It's just called me. Anyway,
Hey, listen, this is the Junction City Pee Wee cheerleaders, and they're putting on a show.
they got
They've
their
got
energy.
Lots of spirit. Good job, ladies.
And they continue to. Merry Christmas, y'all.
Merry Christmas.
Almost knocked my headset off
Oh,
because my
nice,
hands are in my pockets.
Yes.
Hey, Snoopy, what is Snoopy wearing?
And Charlie, safety
Oh, yeah, he's got a safety vest on because we've got.
He's a gutter Mickey Gutters Pro. I might be messing up that name, and I apologize. Mickey, do you think?
I think it's Myco because I think we got a
Oh,
typo
I've
in the
got
lineup.
a typo. Yep,
Yeah.
Myco. I think you're right. Myco Gutter
And
Pros.
that's what they
absolutely.
got their safety vests on because they're
They're hanging gutters.
hanging and cleaning gutters and stuff. So yeah, and you don't want to
Love
fall off a roof.
Nope.
We
nope.
we learned in a different Christmas movie, The Santa Claus, what can happen when that
I mean,
goes
right?
awry.
Charlie Brown's needs a suntan. He's
Don't we
paying
all?
today. We do this time of year. Hey, LifeShare Blood Center's up next. Float number 100. LifeShare Blood Centers is the nonprofit that provides the majority of blood products and blood from local hospitals like Southern Arkansas Regional, Ashley County Medical, St. Francis, Ochsner's, Glenwood, all of those. You can give the gift of life this holiday season by donating with them. Of course, they're located right there on Northwest Avenue. They're open Monday through Friday, and you can go to lifeshare.org to find out more information.
Give the gift of life this holiday season. Coming up next, the Lone Star Truck Group, Freightliner of El Dorado, and they are joining along. Actually, it's 2 entries, so you can see the Lone Star Truck Group truck behind them. But they brought the Freightliner in, and they've got Snoopy along with them. And again, another impressive sound system on the back end there.
Absolutely.
As they continue through our holiday procession.
Whoa, this queen taking it up top, baby.
Wow, she's way up there. She's got to be 12 feet off the ground.
It says she's on an ATV, and that is not an ATV.
That is
Fred.
not an ATV.
How do they get up there?
That's Cambry Stegall. She's the Teen Miss Music Fest 2024.
And Junior Miss Southern Spirits.
Yes, and like I said, she's got to be feeling 10 feet or 15 feet tall.
20
at
feet,
this
whatever,
point.
yeah.
My goodness.
McKenna Saffold, Miss Union County Fair Queen Teen, is up next. Pretty sweet girl. And she's followed up by Oak Ridge Health and Rehab. They're going to be coming up in just a second.
So you can see, obviously, we've got some nice rides.
Oh, we really do.
Some really nice rides in today. I mean, whether it's a truck that will hold you out of a sunroof 15 feet in the air, or whether you want to be in a Corvette that's closer to the ground.
Sure.
Your choice.
Oak Ridge Health and Rehab is a skilled nursing facility that provides long-term care and rehab to home services. They have a memory care unit that provides specialty care to members of the community with diagnosis of dementia. And riding on the float tonight are Charlie Brown and Snoopy and all the gang, along with staff and residents who are enjoying the train ride to the North Pole.
Well, I hope they have a wonderful holiday season. Merry Christmas, guys.
Merry Christmas.
Continue to wave and before their arms freeze off. Coming up next is ProMed Ambulance Service. ProMed Ambulance, your premier provider of EMS services for nearly 3 decades, serving Union, Ashley, Calhoun, Dallas, and Perry counties in Arkansas. ProMed wishes everyone a very Merry Charlie Brown Christmas. Hey, we got Pigpen and Linus and all them wearing masks on the next float.
OTM Wrecker Service. Hey, whatever it takes. They're owning their parts. I love that. They are dressed the part.
Yes, and they really are dressed the part.
They are.
And they're doing the Charlie Brown dances.
And Linus has got his blanket.
And they got another Charlie Brown.
And a
Christmas
full-size doghouse, too.
Yeah,
Love
that's
it.
a 2-scale Snoopy
That's
house.
great.
That's
That
impressive.
Yeah, I love it. And they have the Charlie Brown tree. You almost missed that one.
All right, OTM Wrecker Service is.
Was that
I
was
believe
OTM.
that's them.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep.
Okay.
This
and
is
moving
Girl
next.
Scout troop. I don't know what number, but this is the 7 members of the newest troop to El Dorado.
Yes, and
Number
it says it's 2024.
2024. Yeah, sure, whatever. Yeah.
That's either a weird coincidence or
Or-
it's just the year.
right.
One or the other.
Oh, this is neat.
The
Jared, coming
bookmobile.
up. I love this. Have you seen this? It's
I have.
so cool. According to the Peanuts gang, Happiness is a good book.
Yep.
Here, the new Union County Public Library System bookmobile. It was acquired with a partnership with the city of El Dorado and Union County. And since May, the bookmobile has been attending public events, and they have given out more than 3,700
That's so
free
awesome.
books. Isn't that awesome?
And that's an attention-getting bus too.
It is. It is. For more information, there are 6 library branches in Union County, and you can visit any of those.
All right, coming up next is Maddie Brooke Garay, Miss Arkansas Valley. She's proudly served as Miss Arkansas Valley 2025, using her title to champion a cause close to her heart, children's literacy.
Hey, that
Obviously,
works out
very
great.
fitting with our previous
Absolutely.
float there, and we appreciate her being a part of this year's parade, and then followed up by the Union Mission Baptist Church.
Joy, peace, and Jesus Christ. A
Mm.
Charlie Brown Christmas. And they look like they're having a great time.
And they are all.
They've
Deck
got a
around the
doghouse
table.
and a Christmas tree. Everybody's got the Charlie Brown tree.
I think everybody really held to the
theme
this year.
I agree.
And I think it was also a theme that everybody just can kind of. Everybody has
loves
their
Charlie
their Charlie Brown memories, and so
It's
there's
such a wholesome, not politically motivated
nah.
cartoon. Back in the good old days.
What in the world happened to this
Hey,
car?
this is Wildcat Recycling, and it looks like they are recycling this vehicle.
Yep. And followed up by some really cool floats afterwards.
Really
but,
cool. Those are the slingshots, the
yeah.
United Slingshots.
So I guess if you needed to recycle your car,
Hey,
you could give them a shout. at
Wildcat
Recycling. So
Recycling.
there you go.
and then Arkansas Slingshots. There are several. I guess maybe 14? Did I
Yep.
do that math right?
And so we're just going to let them roll through. One of our parade goers got a little tuckered
me too,
out.
baby. Me
I feel
too.
the exact same way.
She was out.
But the Slingshots making their way through all different paint jobs, decorations,
These are so cool.
color.
They look so like they would go up like this to me, like a Batmobile, like they could go up on that back wheel because it looks so light in the
I
back.
just want one.
I want one too.
They're just so cool. Happy holidays, guys. Merry Christmas.
Oh, that one's my favorite one so far.
I'm telling
I like
you.
that one.
The sound systems, the LED
Yes.
lights. I mean, it's.
Hey,
they're
that
fun.
one's a 4-seater. Oh, a 5-seater. You could technically give it 5 in there.
It's all fun and games until I fall into money one day,
Uh-huh.
and then I'm gonna have a golf bag on the back of one of those rolling around on your local golf courses.
I'm fine with that.
It's all fun and games till you roll up at Mystic Creek,
That's
and they're
right.
like, "Hey, no,
That's
you
right.
can't do
You
that."
That's not a golf cart,
yeah,
brother.
yeah.
That's crazy.
But
That's
we
amazing.
have, I would say, over a dozen
yeah.
entries
I
of
think
different
there's 14
slingshots.
I counted on the sheet. So yeah.
These
He's
are.
smart. He's decked out in the right.
I was about to say they're open. A lot of these are open air, so
Wow.
they will be.
Their heaters are working hard.
Yeah, they are going full blast. They probably got something warm in the cup holders. These
Oh,
are just
the
such
Grinch
cool.
is even in a slingshot.
Can't really blame him. He probably stole it. He's going to have to give it back, Mr. Grinchy Grinch. And he's got the LED lights
You
going
know,
too.
sometimes those costumes can be so hot and miserable. Tonight
Today-
is the night to volunteer to wear that costume.
Somebody was sitting there, hey, who wants to be the Grinch?
Yeah.
Me. Ooh, ooh.
Everybody volunteered.
And a lot of these slingshots, by the way, have like the basically like a T-top.
Yes.
So you got the.
yes.
I don't know why you'd have the top open right now.
Right.
You trap some heat in by closing them.
He needed
Merry Christmas, y'all. Okay, that was all of our slingshots, a bunch of them.
Yes,
And
absolutely.
followed up by the Union County 4-H. They're making their way onto your screen as we speak. And they are rolling in a hayride scenario here.
Absolutely. Of course, 4-H, an organization free for kids ages 5 to 19. Their program consists of hands-on learning experiences, educational activities, and so much more. 4-H covers so many things, Jared. You know, there's a place for everybody. My kids were involved in 4-H from a shooting sport standpoint, but also, of course, a lot of people know them from raising animals, from doing different activities at the fair. There's all kinds of ways to get involved, and from swimming, robots, kids build, to learning how to cook. So.
Hey, coming up next is...
Hey, we know those guys.
All right, there's Trey Miner and Haley Hines. Haley
they are good looking, you know it.
Haley's one of my favorite reporters. Don't let her hear that.
I will never tell her.
Yeah, I made fun of her boots yesterday.
I saw that. I saw that on Facebook.
But we appreciate our KTVE has its own engineering truck and is in our parade this year, so we appreciate it.
I love that we got to be in the parade this year. And who is this? This is, Santa's coming up soon, like real soon.
Yeah, we got Clydesdales coming.
Hey, Santa was supposed to be before the Clydesdales, but I'm not mad about it. The Budweiser Clydesdales. Okay, listen, we have to thank Hebco for getting the Clydesdales here again this year. And congratulations, Hebco is 75 years of business in El Dorado.
That's so cool.
And they get these guys and these horses here every 5 years. I don't think the Clydesdales love that boat motor going, but I don't think that kid cares, just so we're clear.
All right, so as the Clydesdales make their way onto your screen here, look at how big they are and look at the handlers ahead of them. Those are, I would say that the person out ahead is a good 5'10", 6 foot tall.
I can tell you because I did look at the statistics. I went to a show with them last night, and those horses average about 6'2". The tallest is 6'4".
Wow.
When, you know, for folks that maybe aren't familiar with horses, they are, 1.5 times a regular horse.
Right.
They're so much bigger, and I don't know if you can understand scale, but as you said, looking at the adults beside them, surely you can see these guys are giants.
They're beautiful.
They're beautiful.
And there's our Budweiser Clydesdales.
We are so thankful Milam Farms hosted them again, and they have been in El Dorado for 11 days.
That's awesome.
All over the Thanksgiving holiday. There's been so many opportunities to see them. You can have one more opportunity. You can go out to the farm and see them tomorrow. I'm not certain what the hours are. You can go on goeldorado.com and probably find that information. But these are beauties, and you can see them up close and personal. Jared, on Saturday, it was Shop Small Saturday, and they did deliveries downtown.
Very cool.
It was so cool. So they have had a great time in El Dorado and stayed at a super nice barn, and we're really grateful to have them.
Okay.
And that guy's got a tough job, but he's smiling. He's doing it with a smile, and I appreciate that.
Yes. And following up now let's put the Clydesdales into scale because
right, absolutely. You can kind of understand how big they are when you see the size of these, which are big horses, but nothing like the other horses for sure. And this is the Calvary Trail Evers Arena. Lots of individual horses coming up.
We appreciate them deciding to be a part of this year's parade. We also had Havoc Boats. They passed through a few minutes earlier. And this is the Union County Search and Rescue.
Yeah, and the Mounted Patrol are coming as well. Great job. Whoa, hey, almost needed some rescue right there.
They're on the right float.
As they hold on for dear life. But these guys are so great. And if you look, Snoopy is search and rescuing on top of his house.
Hey, of course he is. And,
oh, my gosh. Guess what?
Hey, there he is.
It's Santa.
There's Santa.
I know him.
He's on the
the tree in the background.
He's
so
on
pretty.
the bucket of the El Dorado Fire Department fire truck. Merry Christmas, Santa. I'm sorry about everything that happened this year.
He blew a kiss at me, not you.
He knows. I know better.
He knows who's good and who's naughty.
Yeah,
for sure.
He's seen my name on the list a time or two.
Absolutely. Hey, I'm just glad he ducked and didn't get clotheslined by the electric wires.
Yeah.
Good man.
Yes.
He's been here before.
Yeah.
He comes every year.
Well, and he'll be back in 20 days or so. Well, 19 days-ish, somewhere in that ballpark.
Yeah, absolutely.
We have
more
of our
trail riders.
Yes.
I think this is the Calvary group. Of course, Search and Rescue Mounted Patrol. We're also in that group.
We got
so glad these guys dressed up and came out. It's a fun time to be in the parade as a rider. especially with the Clydesdales and getting to be a part of the same parade as them.
Yeah, lots of individual horses and
Yeah, I love
horse
that.
and riding groups and things of that nature. And so we're glad to have them as
Oh,
part
I love
of.
them when they have like
They got the
tinsel and
glitter.
stuff. Absolutely, they're well done, well done.
Oh, even the hooves have glitter on them. Hooves.
The Grinch is on a horse. What better way to end
Of course,
the
of
parade
course.
with the Grinch? Love it. Well, Jared, we did this thing.
I tell you what, it was a lot
went
of fun.
fast,
It went
yeah,
fast. Time flies when you're having fun.
You know, I know the parade. It is almost 9 o'clock, which means 2 hours start to finish. Of course, we didn't come on air until about 7:30. I think the parade got to us at about 7:45.
Yeah, somewhere around there. And obviously, the parade is wrapped up by law enforcement officials with the Union County Sheriff's Office, Arkansas State Police, El Dorado Police, and things of that nature. And, of course, none of this is made possible without our law enforcement community providing security, keeping an eye on everything, but everybody just having a good time today.
Yeah, and none of this would be possible without the viewers that watch it. Again, our sponsors, we want to thank them. I know who they are. Kohl's is, of course, our main title sponsor. Very grateful for them and all they do to get us on the air.
Yeah.
And you said the other two
Yeah,
were?
Glenn Mechanical
Yeah.
and Easy Auto. Was just checking to make sure that we didn't miss anything along the way.
And
I think
we have to thank all these guys behind the scenes, too.
I tell you what, yeah, I don't want to go through all the names, but Randy and Justin
Yeah.
and Brandon and Brian and Billy and Jeremy and Chelsea and all these folks that stood out in the cold a lot longer than we did.
They really did. We just kind of jump on stage at the end.
I was
but
like, it's time now? Okay, great.
yeah, let's go.
But aside from that, it's been a
somebody
great
has to put all this stuff up and break all this stuff down. So we're really
That's
grateful.
correct.
And the city that brought the stage and everybody that was a part of this.
Yeah.
Again, every year we look forward to it and are so grateful that you tune in and are a part of it and just blessed to be a part of this.
Yeah, and you'll have another opportunity to see the parade in an abridged, abbreviated form, if
Yep.
you will, a little bit closer to Christmas Day. And
Yep.
so we look forward to you getting a chance to see that if you didn't get to see it in its entirety today.
Absolutely. And the whole thing will be available on myarclimus.com. So tell your friends and family if they want to see themselves, they can tune into our website to watch the whole thing. Or again, live on KTVE when it airs, I believe on Saturday.
Yeah.
So tune in for that and set your DVRs.
6 o'clock.
6 o'clock this Saturday, which will be the, 8th?
7th.
Sure. If he says so, I believe him. Anyway, thank you again for joining us, and we hope you have a wonderful and Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.